Joining us in studio, quarterback Case Keenum. Case, how's it going? How's the offseason? How have you been?
I'm great. Yeah, appreciate you asking. It's been really good. Travel a little bit, getting back in the swing of things with OTAs. Week one here with practice. Always good to get back and do a little bit of football stuff. But man, it's been good. Pretty hectic. You know, the storm that came in last week.
Wow.
We're right in the middle of no power at our house, but.
Right.
We're making it work. We got through. It could have been a lot worse. We're very thankful, but yeah, it's all good. Family's good. Football's good.
Favorite moment of travel during the offseason? Where'd you go? What was your favorite?
We went up to the mountains for a little bit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we were all of my wife's family went up and skied, and so I went up and just kind of watched and hung out at made sure that the bar at the base of the mountain didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
So I got to watch some Cougar basketball. That was right in the middle of March Madness.
Yeah, that's
so
cool.
Watched a few good games there. Yeah, that was probably it. Seeing my son get on the little slopes there was pretty fun.
Part of a busy offseason. We know you have your camp coming up. We'll talk about that in a moment. But OTAs, what do you get out of OTAs? What are you working on individually and with the team?
Yeah, you study last year's film, and I had a little bit of film, which is nice to study game film. Not just practice film, but you improve in areas that you need to improve in, and then you continue to work at things that you're good at. And I mean, that's football, that's life, that's what we do in the off season. And you just keep training yourself. You're never happy with where you're at. You're never content. I think you're comfortable and you're confident, but you're not content with where you're at. And even the good plays, what could I have done better and made it more efficient? Because sometimes the rush is not always perfect. Sometimes protection's not perfect. Okay, let's work on a little bit of mechanics here, a little bit of decision making here, and then it's nice being in the second year of an offense and not starting on page one. We go back to the basics and we do go to page one, but we can get through it a lot faster than we were when we were all learning. What a blank route is, whatever that is, whatever this route is, we're teaching it and it's just reteaching ourselves. And so, let's not watch other people do it. Let's watch our own film and install our plays from our own selves doing it last year.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you a question based on knowledge of the game, and especially the run game. Quick story. So last year during a Tennessee game, I'm kind of looking at Tennessee's defense. I look over and I don't see you. I'm like, where the hell did Case go? Where'd he go? And then I realized you were in between LT and whoever was at guard at that point. You were talking to them, and I thought, okay, and then you went to a run play. I think you checked to a run play on that one. Maybe you didn't, but it was a run play. You were over there talking to him. It got me thinking about knowledge because you've been in a passing game forever. You understand the passing game. When did your knowledge of the run game and when to check to certain things in the run game really develop for you?
Yeah, it's evolved in different offenses. There's obviously a lot of philosophies in running the football, different schemes that teams like to run, and I've been in quite a few. I like this offense and I prefer this scheme, and having some experience in it was, we don't do a lot of mic points at quarterback. We affirm what the center's doing. So in that instance, I think they were showing us a little bit of a different defense that we hadn't really thought we were going to get into this certain play. And so we had to, push the mic point a little bit further out than we normally did. Luckily, everybody was, we were able to get everybody on the same page, and it worked out for a pretty big play on a pretty big drive for us.
We had so many mind-blowing games last year, Case, but I'll never forget the Texans going up to Nashville and beating the former Oilers and you quarterbacking that game. That's got to be one you'll always take with you no matter what you do in your career.
There's no doubt. And I enjoyed that week. I enjoyed getting to play, to strap on the Texans helmet again and to go, play some snaps that really mattered. I don't know if I really understood some of the gravity of that moment till after the season and what it meant to get to the playoffs, what it meant to so many Houstonians, seeing those baby blue jerseys on the other sideline. Side note, I love that U of H is just rolling right now. Love you, Blue, there. But, man, I don't know. I think this whole offseason and running into people and talking about that game, it's been really special to me being around town and seeing the feedback I've gotten from Texans fans and, just my friends and family, that everybody that watched that game and got to be a part of it was really special.
Case, when did you realize last year's team had something a little different? Obviously, you weren't here in 21-22, but you've been around some teams that have done some things, gone to playoffs, done some of that. When did you know that last year's team had a little something maybe different than what previous iterations of the Texans did, and that you guys could make a playoff run?
And it's so hard to point to a moment, especially just pulling it off the top of my head. We're watching cut-ups right now, so we're watching a lot of ball from last year.
Yeah.
And, man, there was some really good offensive stuff that we put on tape. Seven played some absolutely astounding football. It's really fun to watch that kid play football, play quarterback. I think it just kind of as it grew, you saw early in Jacksonville just some flashes.
Yeah.
And then just throughout the year, every game was just scratching and clawing and fighting to win the game.
Yep.
And any one of those games could have gone either way.
Yep.
There were so many one possession, one play games that, it's just, we just gave ourselves a chance at the end of the day. Like we gave ourselves a chance to win a game, and we do it, and then do it again the next week, and we won more than we lost, and gave ourselves a chance to get into the playoffs. Went up to Indy and did it. CJ made some incredible plays. Nico, across the board, there were incredible plays, and I'm obviously offensive-minded and a little jaded because we're watching a lot of that film, but I know there were some huge plays on the other side too.
Yeah.
Right now we're just competing against the defense, so I don't want to give them any credit.
Of course.
But that's the off-season mode when we're going against the Texans right now. But, there were so many cool moments.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to a former workplace this year, Minnesota, and you happen to make the greatest play in the history of that franchise. It's been voted that. And Stefon Diggs was on the other end of that play, and he's here now. What about him and the rest of the pass catchers? Because you have a lot of good guys back. You have some new guys as well.
Yeah, we do. You look across the board, and there's some really good pass catchers and some out of the backfield, that we got to add too.
Yeah.
So I love our offensive weapons right now. I think those guys getting on the same page. Obviously, I have a lot of history with Steph. This will be my third team now I've played with him. And, man, he's going to fit in this offense so well. Such an explosive guy. You can count on to win just about in any situation. And with this offense, with the aggressiveness of CJ, the offensive line, and the play caller, play designer, okay, let's look over here, Nico. Okay, let's look over here. Okay, well, there's Steph. Oh, well, okay, there's Tank in the slot. All right, there's Dalton. Okay, it's a lot of really good, talented guys who can make stuff happen. And I think we're all here for one reason, and I think we all know what it is. We're all working extremely hard. I love what I'm seeing, and I'm excited to be a Texan.
Case, it felt like we're close enough to you guys, but we're not in the locker room every day. But we felt like as we saw you guys that there was a level of camaraderie at seemingly every position. You guys seem to have that with the quarterbacks. You guys go and have your dinners or whatever you guys are able to do. But it felt like last year's team had kind of a special camaraderie, and that seemingly helped you guys in those tough situations. Is that the way you look at it? Does this team have a little bit of different sort of camaraderie and togetherness?
There's no doubt. All the best teams I've been on, man, they really loved each other. We may not always like each other.
Right.
I think we like each other most of the time here. But man, there's so much love and respect on this team across offense, defense, across position rooms, across backgrounds, races, religions. I really, that's why I love locker rooms in general, but this one in particular, there's a lot of guys that care about each other and want each other to succeed, want each other to be better. And, we like hanging out with each other. Yeah. So I think quarterbacks, we have a really good rapport in there. We built a good reputation of accountability, competition, and just honesty in that room. I think, all those things are crucial and important to a quarterback room. So, I think we can just continue to build on, the foundation we set last year.
Case, tell us about your camp, June 12th at U of H again.
You know, the second year, first year's at U of H. This year, we're actually moved the camp out to Cypress, out where I work out, actually. All in athletics. Dr. Lou out there. I've been going to see Dr. Lou over at All In for, I guess, now 13, 14 years. I've been working with him. He has basically put me back together in the off seasons and shipped me back out to whatever team I've been on. So I've come back to Houston and worked out with him. It'll be at his facility, June 12th. You know, I'm still obviously very involved with U of H and those guys. I'm going to try to get some of those quarterbacks down to come work with us. But it's June 12th. You can check it out, CaseKeenumQuarterbackCamp.com.
That is easy stuff. All right, one more for you. You're still the all-time leading passer in NCAA history. I think it's a record that will never be broken. It's going to be very tough. But 2 players snuck into the top 6 this past season. Can you name them? Do you know who snuck in at 5th and 6th? And one of them was drafted pretty high.
Well,
I know one.
See, Johnny didn't know this right off the bat, but now he's thinking about it.
Yeah, the thing is you gotta be able to have played.
Yes,
at
got
least
that right.
3 or 4 seasons.
More than that.
Did the Drake kid play? How many seasons did he play?
He started twice.
I've got Bo Nix at 6th.
Oh yeah, Bo played
because he played 1,000 years.
Then you're along the right lines. Yeah. You have to play a lot of games. You have to play a lot of years, and you have to play in a prolific offense. And he played his last game here at NRG Stadium.
Yep.
Couldn't tell you.
Lefty, Michael. Who?
No, Sam Hartman.
Oh, Hartman. Oh,
yeah.
Well, kind of fits. I was thinking Penix.
Way off.
There you go.
I was thinking Penix.
Case, thanks a lot for joining us. Good luck with the
thank you,
camp
guys.
and everything else. All right.